apparently today must be Zelda Day. I mean, we started out the day talking about how there is a new Zelda game in development right now, likely for the Nintendo Switch. We don't have a platform confirmation technically at this point. We also did a piece about how the Switch is successful as a portable console, and that featured a bunch of Zelda footage from Breath of the Wild. And now, here we are, sort of capping our day, even though we will be live streaming a little later, with a very interesting story out of the U.S. House of Representatives and an edit they made. Yes, an edit to Zelda's Wikipedia page. And they have to be trolling because someone from the House of Representatives, from the IP address at least of the House of Representatives, has gone ahead and made two specific edits to the Legend of Zelda game. The edits were where they took Link and exchanged it for Zelda. Here is what it says after the edit. And I've already showed the edits on screen, so you could verify for yourself that these edits happened. And it was tweeted out by Congress Edits on Twitter. They are a Twitter account that specifically tweets out edits made by anybody from the House of Representatives or the Senate. And man, it says, set in the fantasy land of Hyrule, the plot centers on a boy named Zelda. And then the anonymous editor, whoever it is, because they didn't leave a name, offered the following edit summary: Zelda is a boy. Why? This is what I don't get. Why? Now, I'm not upset by this. It's obviously been corrected since the tweet was made because it drew attention to it. But it's still one of those things that, why? Out of all the things that government officials could be doing right now, why go mess with the Zelda page on Wikipedia? It's just really weird to me. I'm not saying that they can't get bored. I'm not saying that they don't want to pull a prank. And for all we know, just because it came from an IP address of someone at the House of Representatives, it doesn't mean that someone who actually works at the House of Representatives did it. It could have been a staffer. It could have been someone's kid. We don't really know, and it's not really that relevant. It's not like there's going to be some national inquiry into who is editing Wikipedia with false information as a trolling attempt. But it's just very weird, right? It's a strange story. And why Zelda? Right? I mean, is it because Breath of the Wild blew up this year and they have a Switch and they're like, ha ha ha, I'm going to be funny and go upset Zelda fans with the most common thing that when people are serious about the misconception upsets us. It's so common that it's more of a joke than it is a reality, but there are still people out there, believe it or not, who think that Zelda is Link. And they're mostly people who have no experience with the series and just don't understand anything to do with the Legend of Zelda game. And for that, I don't even get upset at them because it's an understandable mistake. It is called The Legend of Zelda. All they ever see is the character Link all the time in advertising. It's easy to confuse it if you're an outsider, so I don't even get mad when it happens. But when someone who claims to be a fan then gets it wrong and is obviously lying either about getting it wrong and doing it on purpose or that they are a fan, because if you are a fan of the Zelda series, you would know that the princess is named Zelda, the protagonist is named Link. But it is what it is. I just find it, like, why? That's all I'm left with wondering right now. Why? I don't know. It's a bit of a silly story. You could argue there's several more important things I could be covering. But after all the Zelda stuff today, I just couldn't ignore that this happened. Anyways, folks, you let me know your thoughts on this story down in the comments below. I am Nathaniel Rumpel-Jantz. There is an update to the story now. I actually found this update on ZeldaDungeon.net, which is technically my former employer, as Zelda Informer has now merged with Zelda Dungeon. And their update at the bottom of their post says, the edit was likely inspired by a running joke on Twitter. Ariel Damas, writer for the Late Night with Stephen Colbert, jokingly referred to Link as Zelda in a recent tweet, leading several fans to correct her. Damas has since kicked off a campaign to prove that Zelda is the boy. I'd say that she has been successful thus far, as her influence is seen even in Congress. So it does turn out that, man, this was a joke, maybe? I don't know. This story just gets weirder and weirder the more information we're given. Anyways, folks, I'm just going to catch you in the next one.